Well, hello there, citizens of YouTube. My name is Ed, and this is the Rot Gut Review. And today is my favorite day of the week, Friday! And today is especially exciting because I've got a couple of rye whiskeys from a country that I've never had whiskey from before. And that's really exciting for me because as a huge rye geek, you know, I love American rye, I love Canadian rye, they're both awesome, but I'm also super curious to see what's going on in the rest of the world. What are they doing with rye whiskey? Now, I have done a couple of rye whiskeys from Europe already, but those were both from the British Isles, Ireland and Scotland. I know the Irish national crowd gets a little bit mad when I call them the British Isles. Chucky R. Banani, boys. But these are my first rye whiskeys from continental Europe, because these two are Dutch. Wait, no, that's not the right one. It's the one south of there. No, not that one. They're only like half Dutch. What? Okay, no, what? No, that's definitely not it. Just hit the intro. But yes, today we have two rye whiskeys from the Netherlands, the land of nethers, which is a country known for windmills, legalized sex work, and owning more orange crap than Chester Cheetah. I'm also very excited to try some Dutch ryes because there's a historic connection between rye whiskey here in North America and the Netherlands. The first rye whiskey made in America was actually made by Dutch colonists in the settlement of New Amsterdam, which of course then we took over and made New York, baby! USA! Or I guess technically the British did, but I don't want to chant for Britain. What do you guys even chant? Like the UK, the UK. It's not as good. Both of these are from Zuidam Distillery in the Netherlands. I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing that name right because I'm an ignorant American and I don't know how to pronounce things. The first one was actually made by Zuidam, but is sold under the American brand William Wolfe. So William Wolfe is known for having a bunch of different products. They have a bunch of flavored whiskey, they have a bourbon whiskey, they have a cola that I hear is very popular down in Boca Raton. But for their rye whiskey, they went over and sourced it from the folks over at Zuidam in Holland. So pretty neat. That's kind of a fun thing. Instead of sourcing from, MGP or whomever, they went and they found somebody doing something kind of weird over in the Dutchland. I know that's not the name, but that's what I'm going to call it, the Dutchland. And I'm also going to drink a little bit of Millstone Dutch rye. So this is actually Zuidam's brand. This was given to me as a gift by my man, Matt, over at Whiskey Crusaders. And he has given me so many samples, I think we need to give him a Rot Gut title. And you know what? I think I've already got it. Because he's a Whiskey Crusader, right? So I'm going to name him Matt, the Crusader King of Rot Gut. Thank you, Your Highness. But anyway, both of these are made from a mix of unmalted rye grain and malted rye grain. So they're both 100% rye, however, they split that mash bill 50-50. It's also pot distilled rather than continuously distilled, which I think is generally my preferred method of distillation. It takes a little longer, it's a little bit harder, you gotta do it batch by batch. However, you do retain more deeper, earthier, spicier flavors, especially when you're distilling rye. So I'll start with the William Wolfe. That's at a slightly lower proof, 46%, so good to start there. And then we're gonna go over to the Millstone, because this is at 100 proof. It was also aged 100 months, so what is that in years? 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. Okay, so it's like 8 years old. God damn it, Millstone, making me do math. What the hell? Also, don't confuse the Dutch Millstone rye with the Millstone from Pennsylvania. Two totally different whiskeys. Now, we also know that because these were made in Holland, they have to abide by EU regulations. So there's no age statement on the William Wolfe, but we do know that it's got to be at least 3 years old. And 3 years is a pretty good age range, 3 to 4, maybe even up to 6. For me anyway, I think that's a great age range for rye. They also do recommend drinking this on the rocks, so I'm going to try it neat first, then I'm going to do the rocks as well, because it doesn't hurt to experiment. But anyway, you know how it goes. We start with the nose. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I like this. Now I got this on sale. It was $20, down from 31. So I'm wondering, are people not drinking this because, they're not familiar with the brand? Because at first whiff, this is pleasant. This is really good. It smells like it's got that Fig Newton note. Oh, that Fig Newton note that I love so much, like in Driftless Glen. Oh, seriously, that spicy Fig Newton note. Ooh, I love it. I love it. It's also got a little bit of that stone fruit, that peachio. Yeah, and I love me some peachios, man. So this is hitting it. This is hitting it. Definitely an earthy quality here. A little bit of an earthy vegetal funk, which I think I find pretty commonly with malted rye. Malted rye in particular tends to have a little bit of funkiness to it, which I like. I like that. You would think that malting rye would just kind of make it more like malted barley, kind of caramely sort of thing, with that malted milk ball kind of dealy. Not usually what happens. A lot of times with malted rye, I find that it gives it that funky vegetal eucalyptus-y thing. Definitely got a touch of clove and maybe a little bit of mint. But mostly this is a pretty fruit-forward rye. The fig and the peachio, that's what I'm getting here. All right, let's have a taste, hey? Oh, that's delightful. I like that a lot. It's not the spiciest rye I've ever had. It's not super peppery. It's not super clovey. It really does lean into the peach fig on the taste, just like it was on the nose, which isn't a bad thing, because I love that. So that's not bad. It does have a little bit more of the earthy spiciness on the finish, a little bit of pepper, and there's also just a little bit of that kind of toasted woody taste. It doesn't quite get up to the point of tasting like that heavy charred new oak. Just a little bit of that woodiness. The taste is really good. I think I like the nose a little bit better. I think it seems to have a little bit more fuller spices. But damn, this taste is pretty freaking good too. It's got that vegetal eucalyptus-y boom that I really love. And okay, here's the thing though. If you're someone who likes older whiskeys, who really likes that barrel influence, the sweetness, all that wood sugar, more of that tannic bite rather than the vegetal rye spice bite, this might not be for you because it's a little thin on those kinds of flavors. This is really more of the stone fruit and earthy spices. So if you're coming from bourbon, for example, probably not for you. Probably not for you. But me as a guy who loves that raw rye, hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, but we're going to put a little bit over ice because they did say to try it over ice. Let's give it a go. I liked it neat though. And I wonder if they were just recommending people put it over ice because, they're thinking, bourbon drinkers aren't going to like our spicy rye, so have them put it over ice. They'll like it better. I don't know. I liked it neat. So anyway, let's try this. Oh, that's not bad on the rocks either. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm going to say? On the rocks, it kind of comes off a little chocolatey almost. Kind of like Dad's Hat rye whiskey, which is one of the few ryes that I get kind of a dark choco off of, in addition to the spices. On the rocks, this William Wolfe has a little bit of that dark choco. It also does come off a little sweeter. Sometimes when you put whiskey on the rocks, I think it kind of brings out a lot more of that tannic, woody, the heavy bitter stuff. Not really with this one. It actually got a little sweeter. Kind of a, I don't know, dulce de leche kind of thing, that kind of caramely. All right, William Wolfe, you got me to like a whiskey on the rocks. I usually hate putting my whiskey on the rocks, but not bad. All right, but next we obviously have to try the Millstone 100 proof. And once again, you know how it goes. We start with the nose. Oh boy, this is different. This is different from the William Wolfe by far. I suppose it's probably older, probably quite a bit older, 100 months, 8 some odd years. So yeah, makes sense. There is a lot more wood influence here. There's a lot more caramel. There's kind of a dark fruit, kind of a, I guess, blackberry kind of smell going on here. I definitely get more dill on the Millstone than I did on the William Wolfe though. This smells more pickly. There's a little bit of clove. There's a touch of pepper. I'm not getting that really nice figgy, peachy nose though. Sometimes with those young ryes, you get these really fun fruit notes, and it's just not coming off in the 100, unfortunately. But let's get a taste, hey? Oh, that's pretty good. That is cinnamony. Dilly, a little bit of that eucalyptus. There's definitely more wood influence here. There's definitely more sweetness here. It's got more of that dark chocolate note, I suppose, but also more vanilla, a little bit more caramel. But it does have a really nice finish. Ooh, that's all just, that pepperiness sticks with you. Yeah. And now that I'm coming back to the nose, I'm getting something really interesting. It's kind of like, what is that? It's something floral. It's something very floral. What is that? Like rosebud? I'm not sure, but it's a floral smell, but mixed with like mustard or something. Like it's spicy. It's got that mustard seed. So it's a floral smell that's also interestingly spicy. Oh, and there's a little black tea there too. I love that black tea note on a rye. The little bit of black tea. Oh man, that's awesome. I think I like the taste better than the nose. So it's flipped. For the William Wolfe, I like the nose better. But for the Millstone 100, I didn't like the nose as much. I like the taste a lot more. It's got that dark, fruity, kind of jammy, but mixed with a ton of the spices, the clove, the eucalyptus, the tea, it's all there, man. It's all coming together. And I don't think I've found a rye that has that kind of blackberry jamminess that I'm getting on this and mixes it so well with all the spicy bits. Damn! Damn! But I guess to summarize all this, Zuidam is making some good stuff. I really, really respect what they're doing here. 100% rye, they're doing it with the pot still, and it's coming off really well. Both a younger version with some of that more big rye fruit, and even the older version that, you know, has more barrel influence, but it's retaining a lot of that rye spice. And that's what's important to me. I want my rye to taste like rye. Big, spicy, bold. And that's what they're doing. I love it. I love it. I guess the problem with me doing rye reviews is that I love rye so much, it's going to be hard for me to find one that I don't like. But I'll keep trying. But thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to, why don't you hit the like and subscribe button down below. Tell me if you've had any ryes from fun countries that, you know, aren't traditional whiskey producers. Why am I doing this? I don't know, but I'm going to keep doing it. Just doing a little dance. Doing a little dance with my rye whiskeys. Ha! But most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay rotten. Stone cold it!